Hello, everyone. Happy to have you today for our new members presentation for August 2022. Really happy to have our wonderful speakers and new members on the BGA. As usual, the idea is to give you some visibility about what our new members are doing, are cooking, the project, try to understand the project behind the activity as well. It's always a pleasure to have the opportunity to know the game, to know the platform, and to understand the team, understand the strategy as well. So we're gonna give everyone 10 minutes to present, and I'm gonna ask as the first speaker, Bonnie Collins from Bloxbytes, if you can start and you can have the stage right now. Hey, Don.
Hey, thanks, Flavian. Hello, everybody. I'm Bonnie from Bloxbytes. We are your trusted blockchain partner. We are a pure development partner and a division of Vival Technologies, LLC, which is a Chicago-based company. Bloxbytes is the blockchain development division of Vival Technologies, and there are over 150 staff throughout 3 countries, of which the blockchain division of Bloxbytes has about 40 staff. As a whole, the culture is one of teamwork, cooperation, and we always strive to go above and beyond to give the very best service to our customers. This presentation is a fast tour of the blockchain development components of one of our top clients, VulcanForge.com. VulcanForge is also part of the Blockchain Game Alliance. Bloxbytes started working with VulcanForge way back in 2018. We took over the project from an existing blockchain firm who the client had not been happy with, and this was a fast-track project to start with. Almost immediately, we had built an exchange because within 2 to 3 months, we were helping VulcanForge to create an ICO, and therefore built an exchange, created tokens, coins, and undertook an API development for this. After that, we started to create mobile applications and customized mobile wallets. We then integrated blockchain services with iOS and Android before embarking on the work for the new NFT marketplace. But that's not the full story. There's more. Overall, Bloxbytes helped transform VulcanForge from a centralized exchange to a decentralized exchange art online gaming platform. The NFT marketplace has now gone on to become one of the top 10 marketplaces, and we improved the blockchain infrastructure for the entire VulcanForge.com ecosystem. Bloxbytes are featured on DApp Radar as the main blockchain development team behind VulcanForge.com. It's always nice to hear great feedback from our clients and to have our work appreciated. As blockchain development company and with a deep knowledge of blockchain development, Bloxbytes not only offers solutions and creates a variety of proof of concept models, but we're also acknowledged in helping VulcanForge to grow, creating tailored solutions to the needs of their customers. So what did we do for VulcanForge? Well, we arranged for the deployment of smart contracts. We created RESTful APIs to call or invoke smart contract functions. We enabled MetaMask integration as a default wallet. We created the Elysium Explorer. We created a cloud wallet for Elysium, Elysium being a dedicated blockchain that we created for VulcanForge. We implemented API services as per Morales or QuickNode, and we created SDKs for third-party integration for the NFTs. And we also created a minting engine. Then the new trend of the metaverse and the NFTs came about. So we created a website and delivered an NFT marketplace. Most of the NFTs were sold right away. It was a very popular minting process. The PYR coin, the token, was originally launched on Ethereum, but it was decided to launch it on the Matic chain due to the gas fees. It's now available on Matic, Ethereum, and Binance Smart Chain, and of course on Elysium. So there's more about Elysium in a little while. The wallets that we created allowed the end user to manage, view, level up, stake, sow, or feed the NFT gaming assets. as well as supporting NFT buying, selling, trading on the Vulcan Forge NFT marketplace. As you know, Vulcan Forge is a massive games compendium with a whole lot of games included on it. We created the Vulcan Dex, and this was later taken over by the Elysium swap. It's where users could play, swap, stake, and earn tokens. We also created a really interesting digital art marketplace called the Agora Marketplace, where communities who would like to create, explore, and collect NFT marketplace could create their own artwork. The Vulcan Forge multi-DApp marketplace has now gone on to become one of the top 5 NFT marketplaces in the world today. Bloxbytes created a dedicated blockchain called Elysium that I referred to earlier for Vulcan Forged. And Vulcan Forge is now onboarding other gaming companies to this platform. Elysium is a high-performance blockchain built on Substrate framework, and it's the underlying engine is also EVM compatible, so it can work with Solidity smart contracts. It's built for NFT gaming projects who are in need of a rock-solid blockchain solution. And Elysium will be fully carbon neutral, which is really interesting, using actual blockchain solutions that will guarantee true carbon neutrality. Vulcan Forge has already partnered with more than 30 blockchain development companies prior to the launch of Elysium. And the Elysium launch is to be announced soon. We're looking forward to that. So the Elysium swap platform will replace the Vulcan Dex, as I previously alluded to. Again, it's a decentralized exchange where the users can play or swap or stake or earn tokens. Improvising blockchain infrastructure has been an ongoing iterative process throughout the whole development process with Vulcan Forged. We are always updating and enhancing the user experience and the security of the ecosystem. So that's about Vulcan Forged. And in general, we like to work with our clients, and we provide the following services as blockchain-specific development services, such as Layer 1 or Layer 2 smart contract development, blockchain API development, NFT marketplace development, decentralized exchange development, mobile and cloud wallet development, and off to Explorer development as well, including minting engines for NFTs. So in many cases, our process, this is our development process that we like to work with. It starts with project discovery, where we conduct workshop sessions with our client, and we bring on our teams and our expertise to the table so we can propose solutions to the client directly. This creates the project brief. The project brief then becomes a project scope, and the project scope is then defined by the planned sprints. So we have everything listed, if you like, before the planned sprints. And what is listed in the project scope is signed off before signaling the start of all the sprints. The sprints then follow the project scope, and we like to give our client 100% transparency. For example, we used the Jira platform. So delivery is key for our clients, working in tandem with our clients' requirements. We can shift and change with the changing requirements of the client, and but we also like to keep to time and budget for our client. So this slide is about our tech stack. And in this tech stack, we've divided it into development layers. Starting at the bottom, we look at the infrastructure layer where the project comes in, and we examine the scope of the project. We then start creating the infrastructure based on the number of users, how much data traffic, storage. This would dictate the power and the basic infrastructure requirements. After we've agreed this with the client, we move up to the network requirements to be considered, for example, the Ethereum network or the Polygon-Matic network. Following this, we consider the protocols the client would want to follow, such as BNC and proof of work, and the nodes necessary to process these things. If the client has particular preferences, we would consider these first. Once we finalize the infrastructure and the network, we then move on to the services layer that we need to decide from the blockchain perspective, the dashboard, the marketplace, the smart contracts, the decentralized wallets such as MetaMask, and then we set up the KYC, a custodian wallet, consider what sorts of features are needed, etc. So this is the tech stack we use to build up the interface, and we then integrate the applications layer such as React, Python, Solidity, Node.js, and .NET, etc., with the blockchain. So I'm a little bit over time here, so I'll leave you with the visual of the technology stack to show you all that we do there. We do provide services on the standard EVM chains such as Elysium, BTC, ETH, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, XPR, VeChain, Solana, etc. So I just wanted to also let you know that we have a whole other lot of amazing clients and some really fun projects coming on, such as Betacom, which is an exchange similar to Coinbase. We have Footballer, which is a web marketplace, obviously football related. We've got AdStaker, where you can stake, click, and earn and share your ads with your community. We've also got DB Tycoon, which is a DeFi platform. All of these are coming soon. And again, it's really nice to hear good references from our clients. So I also want you to know that we have pre-existing frameworks to save time and money when we're working with you because of our experience and expertise. So I'm grateful to, if you want to ask us about your project or schedule an appointment with me. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Bonnie, for the presentation. Actually, I always find interesting to have a view of the services, but more when you have a view of the services applied with a specific use case, and actually a use case with one of our members. So it's pretty interesting to see that. I saw also Charlie Gaming, who analyzed NFTs in games as well. So pretty interesting to see that. Thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you.
Letting the stage to Max Kaufman from Chainstack. Max, if you're ready.
Great, thank you so much, Flav. Share my screen.
Okay, yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much again. We're really excited to be here, part of the Blockchain Game Alliance. I'm here with Chainstack. My name is Max Kaufman. I'm the head of gaming here, so leading our gaming vertical. We are an enterprise-grade node as a service and cloud infrastructure provider, specializing in RPC nodes, node APIs, advanced APIs, and cloud hosting services. We've been around since the beginning of 2019. Our headquarters are based in Singapore, but we're completely global. So we have employees all over the world. Since I joined in March, we've quadrupled the size of our company. So we have around 80 to 85 employees right now. And we're going to continuously grow, expand, and build during this bear market. So the challenge that our executives saw when building Chainstack was it's very difficult to build on blockchain. Obviously, blockchain is still a new technology, being only 13 years old, and really innovation coming around these last 5 to 7 years. There's still a lot of lack of expertise, and If you're looking to build or doing everything in-house, it takes a lot of cost and time associated to setting everything up and allocating the right resources together. And then really looking at maintaining it and keeping it secured as possible. Everybody knows, I mean, that's extremely important when building a decentralized application on blockchain. So what we aim to do is help, oh, well, actually added this in here and as well, of course, with gaming. Building a game on blockchain, or building a game in general, everyone knows takes a lot of time and resources and effort. Building on blockchain is even more difficult. I recently posted this on my LinkedIn and got a lot of traction because I think a lot of people understand, and it hits home for a lot of people, how much really goes in to building a really great game. And then adding the blockchain component as well. I mean, that just makes things, so much more difficult. So being able to rely on partners and technical resources to help you do that is the best way to go about it. So what we've built is we've built a premium node as a service and cloud infrastructure platform. We really help and make it a lot easier for Web3 developers to build and scale their decentralized applications. You go to chainstack.com, you can sign up for an account in minutes and access and deploy an RPC node and node API for any of the protocols that we support in less than 5 minutes. Through that, you're able to read and transact data through APIs and scale 100x with ease. We have enterprise class SLAs, offer premium customer support. And for gaming, it's really the ideal performance WebSocket APIs that allow you to, go through all those on-chain transactional data without having any lagging or anything going down. Our focus is going as multi-chain as possible. We know that we're moving into a multi-chain world, so we want to be the most accessible and one-stop shop managed service and node as a service provider. So you can see here, we currently support some of the most popular EVM compatible chains, Solana, some permission blockchains. We also have a very ambitious roadmap to support over 40 protocols by the end of next year. You can see here in the next month or so, we're going to be releasing Fuse, Near, and Gnosis support, and we're going to continuously add on this every single quarter. If you look at our cloud partners, we're partnered and work with the best cloud providers in the world. We currently offer data center locations in 8 different regions, and we're completely transparent through it all. So we let you choose, when you spin up a node, we let you choose exactly which cloud provider you want to utilize and which cloud data center region you want to deploy the node in. So obviously deploying a node in a data center region that's closest to your customers is the most ideal. That's going to ensure for the highest availability and lowest latency of your nodes for the best performance possible. As I said, we've been around since the beginning of 2019. We've been through a lot, we've built through a lot, and we really found explosive growth last year when we started coming out with a lot more very popular protocol support. We have over 50,000 developers in our community, currently have over 11,000 subscribers. We run over 11,000 active nodes for our customers. As I said, we have 8 different global data center regions that currently have available. We're always looking to expand on that. At the end of down the line, we'd love to be able to have data center regions pretty much anywhere in the world, wherever your customers are. And then we have 5 current patents with many pending. We're project agnostic and we work with some of the biggest brands in the space right now. You can see here on the screen that we have great relationships and help support and run a lot of these large projects as they get a lot of users and up to billions of requests and transactions per month. From the gaming perspective, ever since I came in 5 months ago, we as a company and myself personally am extremely bullish on the gaming industry and what's to come with Web3 gaming. So we're working on building the biggest and best foundation of ecosystem support, supporting some of the biggest gaming studios, guilds, projects, GameFi platforms, etc. Always looking to continue to improve and expand our services there to help games focus 99% of their efforts on building the best and innovative games. We'll take care of the rest. So that's Chainstack in a nutshell. Here's my contact information, but I also want to show real quick. just what it looks like from a UI perspective as an end user. If you go to chainstack.com, we have pricing and plans for everyone. So you could essentially create an account for free and click log in. It's just like creating any subscription account. Once you get into our dashboard here, you can see that each one of these little tiles represents a project that you can spin up. So when I'm talking to gaming studios, you could look at it this way. You know, if you have 20 different games, each one of these games could be represented in a separate project. To create a project, you click create project there. Type in BGA for the project name. Choose the type of chain that you're building on. And then you choose that project. You click get started to join a network. And this is where you choose the protocols that you're building on. So let's say I'm spinning up a Polygon node. I can spin up a testnet or a mainnet node. I can choose from a full or archive, elastic or dedicated, and some other advanced features and the hosting options. So we actually give you the flexibility. Of course, it's easiest if we host everything on our side, but we could also connect it to your AWS, GCP, or Microsoft Azure. If you choose your cloud provider, as I said, we actually give you the different cloud providers and the data center locations. So depending on the plan, the type of node that you spin up, you can choose, you know, from a set of options. Click next, click join network. And we have a patented technology called Bolt, which allows for the node for this Elastic API to synchronize and deploy in less than 5 minutes. So then you're ready to go. So you can see here, I'll click on this project here. You could have, you know, various 10 plus networks running in the same project at the same time. Even if you click on, let's say you click on this Polygon network, you can have 4 different Polygon nodes running in all different hosting locations all over the world. Once the node is up and running, and you can click into it and get an analytics dashboard view of your usage. And this is the uniquely generated RPC node endpoint that is made specifically for the node that you spin up. So this is what you plug into your smart contract, and then you'd be good to go. We're managing everything on the back end for you. So that's Chainstack for you guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Max. Actually, now we need to develop a BGA game. So ready to go. Now
Yes,
that
sir.
we have a BGA folder on Chainstack. Actually, it's very interesting. And looking at the internal chat, you will see, Max, that you got some interest as well from the other speakers. So I'll let you with that. But anyway, I think it's going to be very interesting to have you as well on our demo day, because it's a very good idea to see some use case backstage with the tool itself. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll do again. Sure.
Thank you so much again. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Max. So I will let the stage to the next speakers, who will be Jeff Donnelly from Mega Fans. Actually, we already got the pleasure to have Jeff for a panel. It was on eSport 3.0. It was a great conversation we had, and now we had the pleasure to have you as a BGA member. So I guess the story is very cool. So letting you the stage, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks, Flav. It was great to be on that panel and great to be back with the BGA. Been very impressed with the BGA, by the way. Not here to pitch it, but I've made some excellent contacts already since joining. Very useful. Just really happy to see, you know, an active community, and what you are building is significant. So appreciate that very much. So hey, I'm Jeff Donnelly, founder and CEO of Mega Fans. Mega Fans actually stands for Mobile Esports Gaming Fanatics. I've been advertising and marketing for gaming companies for over 24 years, nearly 25 years. Backgrounds in iGaming, online gambling, proper gaming, working with like brands like Ubisoft, in the PC world, World of Tanks. Always working through the funnel of user acquisition, retention, and monetization. That's what my career was built around. But eventually I wanted to get out of the service business and get into something more meaningful and significant. And that's the genesis of Mega Fans. So we're bridging Web 2 and Web 3 using esports. So my co-founder, Colin Bracey, He's been a lead developer for over 30 years. He's was the UK lead for Vodafone, the European lead for Motorola, and has built security systems. He built the first billing system for Orange. So, deep into tech, deep into telecom, understands the space well. I met Colin in 2017. He was actually working on a mobile gaming platform that was a rewarded game system using sweepstakes. And I was hired to do their go-to-market strategy. He actually did the very first successful ICO in Canada, working with the Canadian government, which was quite interesting. I told you a little bit about my background. Again, almost 25 years in gaming, working with Ubisoft, Jam City, Wargaming, DraftKings. So iGaming, PC gaming, mobile gaming, and fantasy sports, which all kind of culminated when I started paying attention to the esports market, and then I discovered the mobile gaming market. So the mobile gaming market has nearly 3 billion daily active users. Those are uniques, and those are people that play mobile casual games every single day. They're going to generate over $100 billion US in annual recurring revenue this year. So it's a great opportunity if you're a game developer. The mobile gaming space is the largest, fastest growing sector in the entire global entertainment industry. It surpasses music, movies, all other forms of gaming. It's absolutely massive. It's growing between 8 and 12%, depending on which report you read globally. So, and mobile devices, just so you know, I just read a report that by 2025, 73% of all internet access will be done through a mobile device. So this isn't, mobile devices aren't kind of a side bet next to PCs. They are going to be the primary and are going to be the primary use device to access the internet. So, and again, it's growing so quickly. So if you're a game developer, huge opportunity. The big brands are coming over. Everybody's seen, Call of Duty was one of the first ones. League of Legends has already come over with Wild Rift. Overwatch is coming over. So the AAAs are coming into the mobile gaming space. Huge opportunity, but also it's a gold rush. So it's an extremely crowded, very, very competitive space. So as a game developer, and there's 400 games being developed every single day. Most of them are independents, but that's how many games actually get spun up on the daily. So super crowded, very, very competitive. You have 3 perpetual problems: user acquisition, retention, and monetization. Esports is a solution for that. I know this from my history in online gambling and fantasy sports, as well as traditional gaming. When you offer competitive gaming to a gamer, they're already playing a game to have some sort of competitive experience, whether they're playing against the AI or other people. Esports offers an environment where you can play against multiple other people, 1 to an infinite number, simultaneously. And when you introduce rewards for those tournaments, so now you're competing for something of value, well, the stickiness factor is proven. Those are 2 of the strongest sticky factors in gaming. So esports is a great solution. What we've developed at MegaFans is a esports tournament software management system. So it's an esports system that can integrate into any game. And once it's integrated, opens up an esports environment for competitive gameplay. It's scalable. You can have massive multiplayer. You can have 1v1. Most importantly, we discovered that we could use this as a bridge between Web 2 and Web 3. So right now, we're integrating our software into app games. So we have 5 games in market. We're on the 4 largest app stores in the world. So Apple, Google, Huawei, and Samsung. We have access to 95% of the Western global market outside of China. And out of that pool, which is about 1.5 billion daily active users, there's a huge segment that's crypto curious. They've heard about crypto, they've heard about NFTs, but they don't know where to enter. And gaming's a natural bridge. Gamers are already using digital assets in their games for trading, for things of value, and other purposes. So this is just another digital asset to them. It's a natural bridge. So we're really happy that, and we've seen some huge success with that, and I'll go into that later. The differentiation between us and other Web2 game developers. Well, first, we were the very first platform to actually transact an NFT as a reward. It was a prize for a tournament. We did that back in 2021, in Q4 of last year. And the significance of that is we introduced NFTs to our community, and we asked them on social media, do you want this type of product? We'd heard conversations about gamers rejecting NFTs. The mobile gaming market's not that. The mobile gaming market's like, yeah, we want to learn about this. We want to know what it's about. Give us the prizes. Let us know how to use them. Put them in your ecosystem. And it's actually, we've seen explosive growth since introducing those. Actually, our community almost 4x'd. So we had about 125,000 users as of December of last year. We have 515,000 today. So we've built that in about 6 to 7 months. Our community went from 5,000 sort of passive followers to nearly 100,000 active community members today. So we know that we've tested into a value proposition that our audience wants, and that we can be that bridge between Web 2 and Web 3. More importantly, our esports tournament system is an SDK, software development kit, that can integrate into any mobile game. So it's not just mobile games that we buy or develop. We are a partnership platform. So AAA games, AA games, single A games, independent developers, whatever the case might be, we can integrate our software into a mobile game in about a week and relaunch that game as a tournament version or a second version of the game or a primary version. And again, it's a retention and monetization tool. And we can help other games be that bridge between Web 2 and Web 3. It's community centric, as I mentioned. We have nearly 100,000 active followers in our communities today. That's across Telegram, Discord, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're just now launching in TikTok this week. Again, we've seen some great success. Our cost per acquisition on the mobile gaming space is very low, and our retention rates are higher than the average. So very happy about that. We do have a patent on our IP, which lives on our servers, and that's protected. So other companies won't have access to the servers. What they would have access to is our SDK that they can take and use to share in our community and to build their own community and hopefully combine communities. As I mentioned, we have some early traction, 5 games in market, 4 largest app stores. We've had well north of 750,000 installs to date. This is a little bit old, it says 490,000. That was about 2 months ago, registered users in our database. Today it's 515,000 and growing very quickly. We've had about 60,000 monthly active users. Those are people participating in tournaments. So I won't go deep into our revenue, but what's important here is this, the partnerships and sponsorships. So that's going to be at least 55% of our business model. And that's the offering that we're making to other game developers is let's partner. We've got several advertising and sponsorship opportunities in our ecosystem. Other companies can have naming rights of our tournaments. They can offer their products in our tournaments. We're crypto and NFT agnostic. So we can promote other cryptocurrencies and other NFTs to our communities. We think that's important. As I mentioned, our growth, I conceptualized the business in 2017, started building it in 2018, took it to market in 2019. But in 2021, everything changed and we're seeing explosive growth going into the future. So I won't go into the business model too much, but here's our ecosystem. So the SDK can integrate into any mobile game. and immediately offer play to earn environment for the gamers. It's really, play to earn is sort of the industry term, but it's really play to learn. So you're learning about cryptocurrency, you're learning about NFTs. You are playing competitively and you can earn with that. We have in-game tokens. We have other prize pools that we've initiated. You register to play. That's actually how the transactions happen. You only have to register one time. So a player can go into any of the games in our ecosystem, register once, and then cross over to any of our other games. And they log in with the same account. They can see all their Web 2 and Web 3 assets in one place. That technically is the bridge mechanism. And that's exciting. You plug in a MetaMask wallet to do that. Our tokens will be tradable. So we just announced this week our own NFT collection with utilities. And the community is already bubbling up about it. If you go to any of our socials, you'll see our community is very excited about that. So our NFT collection is going to be launched next month. And that's just something that we want to use for core users, friendly partners, and other cohorts that we work with. So to give them additional access, to give them access to our communities, and to share in that community and help the community use those to build one of the key, what I call a killer utility for those NFTs is that the user can stake the NFT in tournaments or in contests on our social media or in tournaments in game for a percentage of the revenue from those games. There's multiple other utilities around it. As I mentioned, memberships, early access to other cryptocurrency and NFT projects that we're partnering with, and special events such as auctions, private tournaments. We're actually going to do a satellite tournament. It's probably first quarter next year is when we're planning on initiating that. And what that is people will be able to play in tournaments around the world for entries into a grand tournament at the end of the year. We'll do it in an exotic location to be announced soon. But if you compare it to like a World Series of Poker, they have satellite events and you can earn a seat at the table at the main event in Las Vegas. It's something along those lines, but we're going to do that with mobile esports. One of the other things we can do is we can geo-target because we're app-based. So longitude, latitude as a function in our system. That means that we can actually we can run a game or a tournament globally, or we can regionalize it and localize it. Currently, we just opened up our first marketplace in the Philippines, for instance, and we're running tournaments specifically in those markets. The cool factor here is that we can actually target all the way down to a single address. So, for instance, we're working with Decentral, and we were at their event last year in Miami, and we ran a tournament that we hosted only inside the event in Miami. So it was inside the trade show hall. And we're going to partner with them this year to do the same thing. We just did the same thing with Coin Bureau in London in May or late April. We went to their first inaugural event, and we ran a tournament that only ran inside the UK, and it was quite successful. We also use this for cause marketing, which is meaningful to me and our company. We support coding schools in emerging markets. It's somewhat self-serving for us because what we get out of that is access to coders, maybe the next coder that's going to build, the next killer game. But it also, it's right to support our economy, and it is part of our economy, and to support these emerging economies because they're the next markets that are coming online. Out of the next billion people that come online, about 80% of them are going to be on mobile devices, and more than 50% of them are going to come from emerging markets. So that's significant for us to support those economies and those ecosystems. It also helps support us. So we feel that's important as well.
Jeff, I would be very sorry to say that we're running out of time, and we need to have the other three to be able to speak. So I'm sorry if you can have 1 more minute for your presentation. Is it okay?
Sure, absolutely.
Perfect.
Go to there's our closing card. So, and that was kind of the whole package of what our offering is. But yeah, come find us, megafans.com or megafans.io, or scan that QR code, and you can contact me also on LinkedIn. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jeff. I know it's a struggle to have only 10 minutes to present, but we're going to have other opportunities for you to explain the activity beyond MegaFan, and
Sure.
obviously
never enough time.
Yeah, I know. Thank you
Okay.
very much, Jeff.
Pleasure.
So going to the next speaker, I think Carsten will be joining again. So I will ask Steven, if you're able to take over the presentation.
Yeah, for sure. If you want to put my
will.
slides up.
I will very soon. Here you go.
Sorry, I can't share full screen. I have an ultra wide, and if I go full screen, it doesn't really work very well. It'll be tiny on your screen. So this is about as good as I can do, I'm afraid. Hi, everyone. I'm Steve, the CEO and co-founder of Bezoge. And our main product that we're going to introduce today is Legends of Bezoge. This is an MMORPG where you can pillage, mint, summon, and earn in what we call the meme metaverse. I'm going to do things a little bit differently to the other people that were talking today, where I'm going to keep it a little bit more casual, maybe bring Flav in. I think we all want to hear Flav's beautiful voice, hear his opinions on the project.
I'm not sure, but I will try.
I'm going to spice it up. Seeing as I'm in the middle, I think I'll break it up with a little bit of fun. I'll show a bit of footage of the game, and we can just sort of have a look and chat, I think, because yeah, I'll break it up in the middle and keep it fun.
No problem.
So a little bit about our project. We started off in May 2021 with a token called Bezoge. It was actually a meme coin. We started off as a meme coin because we believed the quickest way to grow a community for a game, and especially a community of sort of non-crypto people, is via a meme coin. Because funnily enough, meme coins are what non-crypto people tend to invest in when it comes to crypto. I think a lot of our holders are token Bezoge, which is actually a meme based on Jeff Bezos and Doge, hence Bezoge. I think that's a way for a lot of people to get into crypto. A lot of our holders, it's their first crypto and only crypto that they hold. And we figured it's a perfect opportunity to bring non-crypto people into a gaming project and grow a community very fast. We very quickly grew to around 30,000 holders within about 6 to 9 months. We actually peaked at around a 1.6 billion market cap. We're now at 100 million. We've sold out 8,192 NFT characters. Half of them are in-game characters called Bezoge, which I'll show a little bit later. The other half are Petzoge, which are pets that can follow you around, give you some cool stat boosts, and you can interact with them in the game. We have around 60,000 social following, a little bit more than that since we created this deck, actually, I think 70, 80,000 now, across all channels, Twitter, Discord, Telegram. And we have over 5,000 people signed up for alpha. We actually have 10,000 emails and users signed up for our beta, which is launching at the end of this month as well. The goal that we have as a project is to be the first crypto game for non-crypto people. And what we mean by that is only about 5% of the population have adopted crypto. We believe that in order to bring people into crypto, they need a really barrier-free way to get in. And the perfect way to get in is through gaming. So we have basically a very simple, you sign up for the game like a regular game, couple of clicks and you start playing. There's no need to link MetaMask. There's no need to set up a wallet, no need to own any NFTs. You can just a couple of clicks start playing. And you actually rent NFTs from the owners of the NFTs. Every NFT is up for sale. Not up for sale, sorry, up for rent. So basically a percentage of the earnings of all players who don't own NFTs will just go into the rental pool and be given as rewards to all the owners of the NFTs. This allows people to come in and basically start playing without having to invest any money, without even having to have a wallet. They just start earning on day one. And we believe that it's crucial, especially in a bear market, for people to get into crypto. And once they've had a little bit of a taste of what they can earn, I think they'll get very interested in blockchain and crypto as a technology, because once you get into it, it's very easy to understand. And if there's a way for people to get in, earn some crypto without having to spend any money, I think that's the perfect way for a lot of people to get in, because a lot of people are worried and scared about putting their money into it. Here are the Bezoge. Sorry that the gold one doesn't seem to have its name. This is the Mint Zoji. So we have 8 different colors of Bezoge characters. Each one represents a different attribute. So we have the Holy Zoji, which is health, which is healing, Free Zoji, which is health, Mint Zoji, which is a minting capability, Speed Zoji, self-explanatory. Dark Zoji is actually for summoning, which is our version of breeding of the characters. Fud Zoji is just, I mean, I think it says it in the name, he's spreading FUD all the time. Shield Zoji has increased shield capabilities, and Zerk Zoji has increased attack. So these are the Bezoge. They come in multiple color combinations, but these are actually the 8 purebreds. So these are the strongest of them all. What we've designed with the game, I think something that people have looked at crypto in general and play to earn gaming in the last few months is the downfall of Axie, and people are worried that, I think a lot of people are worried that it's unsustainable. So something we've really focused on with our in-game mechanics is making a sustainable ecosystem. So what we've actually done, if I get up my charts from our white paper, basically we've created what we call in-game algorithmic in-game reward pools, where we incentivize players to continue to level up. So this chart here sort of shows if you get from level 0 to 10, this is what your earning will be. And what we do is we actually continue to replenish pools on a daily basis. And what happens is, because there are less people taking from the top level pools, like the level 90 to 100 players, there's less players up there. They get replenished at the same rate, but there's less people taking from them. So the rewards for each player actually is significantly higher. So you can see this is MBLK per day, which is our in-game earning token. And what actually happens is, the quicker you can get to the end of the game, the higher your earning is per day. So players are incentivized to continue to reinvest their earnings in the game into creating more powerful weapons, which can help them to advance to the end of the game a lot faster. And that's how we try to create sort of a sustainable ecosystem, because a game where people are just taking out is unsustainable, especially. I mean, you can see what happened with Axie. I don't think it was planned, but I mean, when you have when you stop growing, and you stop having a huge demand for new people coming in to create new NFTs and to buy SLP, you saw that the token price just goes down, because everyone is just in there to earn, and no one is in there to actually give back to the ecosystem. So we kind of create this system where you could just stop halfway up and just keep selling whatever you make, and it'll gradually go down. But I think there's a lot of incentive to continue to level up to the next level, where you can increase your earnings to significantly higher on a daily basis. And then you end up with a lot of people that get to the end that are able to make significant amount of money by playing the game instead. I think that's all I'm going to talk about, Flav. You want to open up my video?
Yes, I will. I will do that now.
And then maybe, Flav, if you have any questions about this, I'm happy to discuss.
Yeah, I'm gonna let everyone, because what I really liked first, I didn't even notice the joke about Bezos, to be frank, because I was so amazed by the universe that you created around the game. I know that you will be soon at the end of this month in beta, right?
Yes, end of this month, 31st of August, we're going into beta, which will be a closed beta, but we'll be accepting people on a daily basis in. I know there's been a rumor in our community that we're only allowing 500 people into closed beta, but I don't know where that came from. Okay. We'll be probably allowing 1,000 people at a time into closed beta until we get to we're happy to have tens of thousands in closed beta. Yeah. All it means is we're just sort of restricting how many people come in to begin with, because we want to ensure that the servers are stable. We don't want to suddenly have 50,000 people on day one and the servers will go down. So we want to slowly ramp up and then go into open beta more towards the end of the year.
Yeah, makes sense.
But we have a huge, we have a huge map. The map is in square meters. It's 34 million square meters. So you can see it's huge.
Wow.
I think it's one of the largest maps in any crypto game at the moment. And it's incredible to look around. This is a sort of a late alpha version of the game. It's a little bit stuttery right now, but
I'm a big player of MMORPG. That's what bring me to crypto. Actually, how MMORPG could be a blockchain game. So it's pretty fun to see your project at first, and I was very happy to have you in the BGA. And actually, I registered as a potential beta tester this morning. So finger crossed.
Yeah, I saw in the Telegram group. Thanks, Flav. Yeah, we're really excited to launch. What we're trying to do with the game is make it, it's a huge open world. Like I said, it's like 34 million square meters. We have a really innovative weapon system, a minting system, where we essentially have, I think we worked out the amount of weapon combinations the other day, and there's actually 20 quintillion different combinations. So and that's only with 60 weapons, because we have 4 different, each weapon has, let's say, a sword, for example. We have a rusty sword, a great sword, and a forged sword. And then we have 8 different breeds of the same sword. So then, you ramp that number up to 32. And then we have 100 different, there's actually tens of millions of different purity levels that we can have of each different breed. So no 2 weapons should be the same in the game. It's going to be, I think the weapon minting will be really fun.
I think we should be expected to see a lot of Easter eggs in this open world as well, right? I just saw one.
We will. We actually want to constantly, that's one of the things we want to do. That's why we call it the meme metaverse. We want to constantly have the latest popular online trends in the game that are going to be fun. So, for example, during the Johnny Depp trial, our team actually put together a Deppzoge. And we were planning to have a quest that you would have to find the amber turd. So we want to constantly have this game being really fun for streamers, constantly up to date with the latest trends, so that streamers can play and their audiences will find it really fun, right? So every week or every couple of weeks, if there's something popular online, we can have that in the game and make a fun quest around it. And I think that's something that can be really fun for the whole. This is one of the boss battles that you can see. This is the FUD King. So the creator of the world actually is Sir Zoji Nakamoto. He created the blocks. He said, "Let there be blocks," and they were blocks. We have 4 chapters of lore about the game. We're going really deep into all the lore, and we're trying to build just a game that's kind of really fun, kind of, pokes fun at things, and we're trying not to be too serious. So that's why I also tried to keep my pitch not too serious. But we are developers and coders at heart. We have 60 people in the team. I'm based in China, in Shenzhen. We have 30 people in Shenzhen. We have 10 people in our office in Pakistan. We have about 20 people working remotely, and we're also setting up our office in Dubai next week. I think we move in a couple of days. We just signed the contract today. So we're expanding fast. And I think there's a lot. It's going to be really fun to see what we can do with this project. And it's just growing every day. It's incredible to see what the team are putting together with the game.
It is. And actually, as I said for the others, but actually it's going to be very exciting to maybe have the chance to see some of the beta at the end of this month, of the next month during our demo day. And just to present what you're just cooking on your sites will be fun to see that. So,
I'd be more than happy to share.
Yeah, I hope so. Very, very interesting. Thank you very much for your presentation, and hope to see that more soon.
Thank you, Flav.
So our next speaker will be Carsten. Carsten, if you're ready to present.
Yes, with pleasure. Thank you very much, everybody. So we're running a bit late, so I try to be quick, although I'm so happy that we're really making full living really full up to the game thing of the BGA. So that's what we are doing as well. And as Stephen was saying, it's really true. You need to have good games, because otherwise it will not work out and people will go away. And that's what we are all about at Elite Games. So actually, I have been around in gaming since last century. And I have been quite active when we were offering in the games industry this so-called free-to-play business model. And it was quite disliked by many gamers at the beginning. So it reminds me a lot of the situation that we're seeing now. And as we heard before, maybe in mobile gaming, it's not that much of a problem. But in the environment of PC gamers, it very much is so. And in that sense, I really want to show you something. Let me see whether it works out sharing already.
Yeah, you may need to share it again, Carsten.
Okay, I'll definitely want to try that. Let me see.
Once I see it, I'm gonna be able to show it to everyone.
Are you seeing something?
Not yet. No, not on my side.
Okay. Let me see. Maybe I try with the upload as we did before.
Yeah. Oh, I think we got it. You're good.
Okay, very well. So Elite Games is a publisher of games, which means that we are taking care over the time of more than one game. So we are not publishing blockchain games only, but we are taking care of games agnostic of whether they are on the blockchain or a hybrid or completely off-chain. But we are wanting to have real entertaining games. And we fully believe that even if there are critics now in the PC gaming sphere, which are truly existent, you can actually make an interesting offer, which will turn out very interesting over time, if and when the game is really good and fun to play. So the problem, we've heard about it. The dominating PC distribution platform, Steam, doesn't want to have NFTs or crypto at all. So its founder, Gabe Newell, says, no, we don't do it, we ban it. And that other part of the difficulty is, of course, gamers. They do not like pay to win. So if you are, of course, winning because you get access to the biggest weapons or the mightiest tank, they will give you the middle finger. So you need to do it differently. And luckily, of course, Steve Jobs, God bless him, already knew that people do not always necessarily exactly know what they want before you show it to them. So we believe it's complementary markets. You're actually, at this moment, still looking at these core gamers, which by and large on the PC side tend to dislike what they're being served from NFTs. And then, of course, we have these people which are already embracing it, which have been around with NFTs, which have maybe around even with currencies and so on. And we believe it's kind of two different audiences, really, that we will be having. And let's see whether we can get that starting later. So we will have two games. One is playable right now, which is this roguelite game, which is an RPG offering a lot of opportunities in a small setting. And it is actually on Steam, because at the beginning, there's absolutely nothing related to NFTs or so at it. But if you interact with it, you will actually become part of our publishing ecosystem. And that has a lot of benefits. For example, you're immediately taking part in our Elite Gems program. And when we move on to a full-blown MMORPG later this year, we will have this game Oathbound in closed beta in sometimes later this quarter, and we will have an open beta for everybody playable, fingers crossed, before the year is over. then it will become fully clear what we mean with that. It is a very meaningful Unreal 5 MMORPG, which offers you a lot, which you have come to expect from various areas of gaming that you have been playing in MMORPGs over the last 15 years or so. And it has a component to it which has NFTs, which have a lot of functional value and which serve in order to incorporate something which is playable for core gamers and NFT aficionados alike. So actually what we say, we want to serve them quite similarly of what I have just been hearing by Steve from the beginning. And when the PC gamers are happy to look into it, they can connect without any wallet. They can play the game as they always did. It's completely accessible to them. But if they really want to profit from certain benefits that are possible via, of course, having access to NFTs, getting a bit of airdrops here and there, they might as well want to try out to connect the wallet, and we will offer that. We have just this week announced that we will be actually going on Tezos. We will be building our proprietary lead token exclusively on Tezos, and so will be the NFTs there. So let's see whether we are able to get something broadcast. I'm not sure whether we are going to see that. Alternatively, of course, would be nice. Maybe Flav, if you could be so kind to real time go to maybe our YouTube channel. That would be very kind. It is just YouTube/Elite Games in one word.
Okay. Take that now. Which one you would like to?
And if you play the first video, that would be nice.
Elite Games. Let me see, as it seems that I have a lot of other activities rather than Elite Games. It doesn't seem that I have the good one.
Okay. So let me give you the link quickly.
Yeah. Okay. First video you want me to share, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's on our first game, Might and Moen, and it is offering people a very easy access into a roguelite game, gameplay, which you can play alone with 2 others or as a group of 4 online. You can see that there's a lot of monsters that you need to mow down, and then you progress as long as you survive, but you can get certain perks, as you can see here, which you continue to own when a new short session game starts. So that's the first look into. Here you have the different character classes that you can choose from. And that's a game you can demo for free on Steam already now. So if we still have another 30 seconds, let's have a quick look maybe in the second video, dear Fluff. That will be very kind.
Okay, it's going to be your last 30 seconds, if it's okay, Karsten.
Yes. So are you going down to the Oathbound MMORPG video, if you can see that?
Yes, actually, I want to see that.
Very well. So play it until you need to cut me in 20. That's fine.
Okay, let's go.
As I said, it's Unreal 5. You can expect some nice graphics, and you have a fantasy MMORPG setting with a classic WoW-like triad combination of tank, damage dealer, and healer, and all sorts of weapons, utility NFTs, and so on. Time's over. These are the battles. Thank you very much, everybody, for
No problem.
the attention.
Thank you very much, Carsten, for the presentation. Next and last speakers, but not least, obviously, I will ask Fabio to join the stage. Fabio, here you go.
Hello, everyone. Can you see my screen? All good?
Yes, yes.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Scaleverse. My name is Fabio. I'm part of the Scale team, working out of Switzerland right now, actually at Game Soul in Baden in Switzerland, close to Zurich. So exciting to present what we at Scale are doing. So what is Scale? Scale is first Ethereum native modular network without any gas fees. This results in optimized user experience. Scale is also EVM compatible, fully EVM compatible, and each and every application that actually gets a own specific Scale chain. So what is a modular blockchain? A modular blockchain is actually a modular multi-chain network, so to say. That's a network of modularized nodes that make out not many blockchains, which pool actually security together, and they don't share pool performance. So they pool security, but they don't share performance. So most of the current blockchain scaling solutions, they try to grow vertically and not horizontally. So the multi-chain network always tries to scale horizontally, like you can see here on the right side. The ones trying to scale vertically, they just try to add additional scaling solutions or rollups to the specific layer one. And if you have a multi-chain network, there are some challenges actually, especially in security. And one of the problem, or one of the largest issues, is actually that you split the stake of all the validators. So each and every small blockchain in a multi-chain network sometimes actually have splitted validator stake, which makes the network less secure. So compared to a layer one, let's see your blockchain security, that's actually comparable to Ethereum. When we talk about that multi-chain network, it's mostly actually just little chains, small chains, side chains, and each and every one has its own security, let's say validator network or node network. But there are modular multi-chain networks which actually pool security, such as Scale. And to the next term I've mentioned in the intro, we're the first Ethereum native network, right? So what's Ethereum native? Ethereum native is nothing else that actually we as Scale, we bring value back to the Ethereum network and doesn't suck it out. That means each and every Scale chain runs on nodes which actually run on ETH mainnet. So the architecture behind that lies actually in the node structure. So each and every node we have in the network runs on 8 unique chains, or is able to run on 8 unique Scale chains. You can see here in the middle, that's the core, and each and every subnode within that node can run on one Scale chain. And one Scale chain itself runs on 16 randomly selected subnodes. How does that work? Like that randomness rotation incentive, we call it RRI. So you can see here that's one Scale chain with 16 subnodes in it, and they always randomly rotate. So you never know which node or which node will be the next. And this design actually of that pool security and high performance chains allows you to have a huge network of many blockchains. And the more nodes there are in the system, so you can see here at the bottom that those are all the nodes connected and connected to each and every Scale chain, which means the more nodes actually are in the system, the more secure the whole network gets, and the faster it can grow, and the more it can grow. There's almost a limitless growth incentive behind adding nodes to the network. So I mean, that's all kind of architecture-wise. It's not as fun as all the game demos. So I'll stick to the most important part here, probably, which is the zero gas fees. So compared to other networks, to other scaling solutions, Scale has zero gas fees. That means minting a token, transferring a token on your very own Scale chain, or within the Scale network. So that means from one Scale chain to another Scale chain has zero cost involved. There is a gas token involved. We call it S-Fuel. The S-Fuel token has a zero cost value. And compared to others, I've already also talked about the user experience optimization. So what's actually behind that? So if you're a user, if you play a game or use a NFT minting platform, first of all, you don't need to have a Scale native token. You don't need to have the Scale token or a partial amount of a Scale token in your wallet. Scale token itself lives on ETH mainnet, not within the Scale network. So that S-Fuel token, which I've mentioned, which has zero cost, actually can be claimed for free. So you as a user, you can use MetaMask or other wallet solutions. You can switch your network from ETH mainnet to your Scale specific Scale chain, and then play the game without any bridging, without any costs involved. So you can simply claim S-Fuel tokens from the DEP chain user, actually, the DEP chain owner game. They provide those S-Fuel tokens. So you as a user, you can download the game or whatever, you can use it on a browser, claim those S-Fuel tokens and just play. There's no cost involved. On your Scale chain, from one Scale chain to another Scale chain, all transactions within the Scale network are free, fully EVM compatible. And that's actually why currently gaming is on fire on Scale. Those are some of our current partners. There are more in the pipeline, obviously, but those are just some which we've already announced. Crypto Colosseum, Block Brawlers, CryptoBlades, Snook, they are actually already working on different solutions, different blockchains, and either they will move to that multi-chain strategy or actually move fully to Scale only solution. Some stats. I try to avoid talking about numbers. It's Friday evening. Some are already Friday night. CryptoBlades, which is a great example. Those numbers that happened during the last 30 days, or over the last 30 days actually. So they had 1.2 million, approximately 1.2 million transactions with only on their Scale solution. So they still run on other networks, but the ones actually who played on Scale, who used CryptoBlades on Scale, there were 1.2 million transactions. And those users saved in total 11.5 ETH just for the beginning. I mean, they just went live around a few weeks ago, actually. They already saved 11.5 ETH, their user base. So that's why many users from different games now actually try to have their DEP also moving to Scale. Because, yeah, I mean, it's zero gas fees, and that's forever. Users never need to pay any gas fees on Scale and within this whole Scale network. Some other numbers, there are currently 24 Scale chains live, up and running. Not all of them are actively used, so there are still some open, which will be getting used very soon. Those stats are from the last 7 days, so please don't mix it up with the other one from CryptoBlades, because that was over 30 days. But you can see in the whole network, actually, in the last, I think those stats actually they're from Tuesday, so still from the last 7 days. They saved, the network itself almost saved 7 ETH just with 360,000 transactions. That's quite a lot. If you imagine Scale V2 went just live a bit more than a month ago, and we have around we have 24 Scale chains live, and imagine if we scale up to almost limitless nodes and Scale chains, and if there are many applications with thousands of transactions per day, you can think about how much actually users save just in gas fees. The beauty of it is you as a, let's say, as a game, you have actually the possibility, or your users, they earn within your game. They get a certain token, in-game token. They can move that to the liquidity hub. We have certain hubs, so they can actually connect to a liquidity hub, to a DEX. It's called Ruby Exchange, and they can trade a token there, also for free. Beauty of it is those DEX, that liquidity hub, has a fiat on-off ramp as well. So users actually, which are playing a game within SKALE Network, they never need to leave the SKALE ecosystem. There are other centralized exchanges in the pipeline which will have SKALE integrated as well. So actually users, they can also buy then already tokens within the SKALE network and use that liquidity on games or within games. Same for liquidity, or same actually for NFTs. So if you have an NFT, if you have a play to earn or a game and you have an NFT there, you can move that to the NFT marketplace. You can trade it there. You can actually also rent it out. We have a NFT renting partner, which is in the onboarding process. So you have several opportunities, and again, zero cost gas fees. If you think that's something you'd interested in, check out SKALE's www.skale.space. Follow us on SKALE Network. Keep yourself up to date. You can see a QR code on the bottom right. We do have a gaming specific grant still up and running. It's a $5 million grant, where we actually still accept applications for existing games, for new games. You can apply there. We'll reach out to you back. We will reach back out to you, and would be happy to have a few BGA members actually joining the SKALE network.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fabio. Actually, we got Block Brawlers last week during our demo day, trying to
exactly.
the game and how SKALE is implemented in the game. So obviously,
Awesome.
it will be a pleasure to have Crypto Blades as well, as I know they did a lot of things with you. So
yes, yeah, they're great.
Thank you very much. It was a great one. Really enjoy it, and I hope you did too. I say have a good weekend for some of you, if it still exists in Web3, I don't know. Thank you very much for joining us, and I see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Flav.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Love.